Hey everybody, it's Top Thrill Chief and bringing you guys a brand new stream. So today we will be continuing to work on the spawn area of Cedar Network. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to the server, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on the work that I have to do. Here we go. All right, so I am starting the stream 5 minutes early. The reason for that is I do need to address something that is going on right now. There are a few users that I will not name for their privacy because I want to be gracious to them and offer them a chance to leave me alone. But there are some users that have decided to at least attempt to enter my Cedar Network Discord that I made it clear to them that I think it's best if we keep our distance. I think it's best if we kind of part ways and kind of go our separate ways and stuff. But they just decided to ignore that by attempting to join the Discord for my server. And I would say that you guys know who you are. You know that you tried to join my server. And I just frankly don't want you in my server right now because I do want to keep my distance from you guys. So you guys obviously know who you are. I'm not going to name names because I just want to try to be gracious to you, and I want to offer you this free chance to leave me alone. My server is supposed to be a place free of drama, and I don't want you guys bringing PNT drama into my server. I want my server to be separate, and I want my server to remain drama free. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would respect that and not try to join my server. And yeah, I'm just asking this nicely. I hope that you guys will listen, and I hope that you guys will respect my request. Okay, now on to the actual stream. Now we will go ahead and get started working on our stuff for today. So yes, today kind of our plan for today, I was actually kind of hoping to get some stuff done before the stream to kind of prepare for the stream. But I didn't have any time just because today was a pretty busy day. So, but yeah, so I guess today we will be kind of getting started with some custom trees around this terrain. And I will just be continuing to work on, I'll just be kind of continuing to work on the terrain and continuing to work on improving it and making it and continuing to just make this better. I'm kind of all for continuing to improve the terrain. So that is what we will be doing today, is kind of working a little bit more on terrain as well as starting to work on some custom trees. And I do want to give a shout out to a couple of our users in the chat. Donk7 and Dropsnet, thank you so much for jumping into the chat. And also thank you so much to my one viewer that is watching. Thank you so much for joining in today to enjoy the stream. And I definitely hope that you enjoy the stream. That is always my goal, is that people will always enjoy my streams. That is always kind of the biggest part of doing streaming, honestly, for me, is I'm always hoping that people will enjoy my streams. And all right, so we're working. So basically, yeah. So I guess I'll kind of lay out what I'm doing. So this is basically, I'm working on a custom tree. And so basically, first you lay out the trunk, and then you kind of lay out a little part that kind of juts out a little bit. Oh, and yeah, shout out to 8HV Defs, Mark Zink, Regress Z, and also Sue Coxey. Thank you guys so much for jumping into the chat tonight. Yeah, so this is basically how you start off a tree. You start by building the trunk, and then after that you start by building the branches. And my mouse is not working tonight, which is Always fun. There we go. Yeah, so we're gonna keep working on the trunk. We're gonna get that going. I guess all the branches will be diagonal, or actually, there might be a way to do that. Actually, there we go. Yeah, so we'll do that, and then I'm gonna make kind of a little bit of a smaller branch for the third branch. And then after that, you use fences to make smaller branches. Ooh, I accidentally flew. Okay. I'm not always very good at making kind of variation in the branches. I think actually that's the branch I just made. Um, there we go. That's better. I'll kind of, yeah, I guess I'll have this one kind of go down a little bit since we haven't done that yet. That one will go up. All right. And I was thinking of there are some things I need to do, but as far as my server is concerned, in terms of I guess I'm not going to mention it just because I don't want to bring it up on the stream. So yeah, sorry, I was just thinking out loud for a second. All right, okay. Yep, and then we'll bring it out to there. Yeah, so I'm really excited for Top Thrill 2 this summer. That's definitely something I'm really excited for. Like that's going to be the world's tallest and fastest triple launch coaster, and it'll also be the world's first triple launch strata coaster. So that'll definitely be really cool. Actually, I'll add one side to it that's like that. Yeah, so that's kind of the outline for the tree, and then after that, I'll explain some of the world edit stuff in a second once I get to that. Right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna probably get one more tree, probably one more tree right about here. I think that'll be like the middle of the tree right there. But yeah, I'll basically get this tree set up. Oh, oh yeah, and then yeah, I guess I forgot to mention actually the stairs and slabs. You can kind of place those wherever. And the trapdoors as well. You can kind of place those wherever you want. And yeah, this would be another great place for a trapdoor just because there's not a lot of space. Yeah, actually, I guess the slab works. Yeah, and then so probably I'll finish these. I'll finish outlining these two trees, and then I'll go ahead and start working on the um, and then I'll go ahead and start working on the and I'm gonna need to keep in mind that this tree is right here, so I can't really bring the branches out too far. So some of these branches are gonna have to be pretty small. Because I think kind of the farthest out that I can bring things will be probably right about there, just to make sure that the trees aren't like colliding with each other. And so I think, yeah, so that's about as far as I can bring that part of the tree. Um, okay, so I think we got that part of it. We got that part of it down. Yeah, so I guess like for people who I guess for people who don't know, I actually just recently got rid of Discord on my phone, so usually I don't see Discord notifications during the day. So that's why it was kind of a surprise to me when I got on Discord that there were certain people that had joined my Discord that I had asked not to join my Discord. Like it was kind of, and I think that's kind of what made me kind of react the way I did, because it was just kind of a little bit of a surprise that I didn't necessarily want. But yeah, everything's okay though. I handled it. I think I think I handled it well, and I think I handled it in an appropriate manner. Yeah, then we'll do that. Perfect. Okay, and then yeah, I'll just finish the little glass ring. So yeah, this is one way that you guys can do trees. Basically, is just you can start by building the trunk, and then after that you build the branches, and then kind of the glass ring around the tree. Um, that can be a really great way of laying out trees if you guys are interested in knowing how to build trees. So Aqua, you welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining in the chat. And yeah, definitely, you guys definitely be sure to follow me on Twitch if you do want to get notifications of when I go live. And we also do have a Discord server for people who uh, are interested. We do have a Discord server for the channel. So if you guys are at all interested in joining that, definitely let me know, and I can actually send the invite right in the chat. All right, so then I think what I'll do, yeah, so I guess what I'll do right now is I'll go ahead and show you guys basically how we do this. So first you'll just make sure you have your world edit wand, then do / cell poly. And then what you'll do is you'll basically select all the glass. So again, and I think you can only do one tree at a time. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can only do one tree at a time. So you can't do like multiple trees, because if you tried to select multiple trees, it would look really weird. And you would end up doing really weird things to your tree. Yeah, and then so next what we'll do, we have I posted the rest of the commands in my staff chat, just so that I could jump to that whenever I want. Yep, and then you do expand. So basically with the expand, you're basically expanding the world edit region that you've got. So in this case, we'll want to expand up. And so what we'll want to do with this is we'll want to expand up. I would say, yeah, I think in this case about 3 blocks. You always want to expand probably about one above your tallest branches. And then you'll replace air glass with air cherry leaves. And that will basically create what is seen right here. And then, of course, kind of the finished product that we're going to be going for is kind of a realistic looking tree, kind of like that one. And so basically, how you do that is you just kind of start trimming the tree, and um, you just kind of try to make things look kind of as realistic as possible. I think obviously, since it's a video game, it's not always going to be perfect, but just kind of you're shooting for just kind of as close to realistic as possible. Um, yeah, so like in this case, I'll just add that. I think that looks good. Um, yeah, so like the top of it, I'm going to trim just so that's a little bit more round on the top. So like that stuff. And then I think in here, we'll add some leaves over here. So yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. Um, so I'm going to actually remove that for a second so that way we can try to add a little bit more shape to it. Um, welcome to the chat, Alyssa, and also Lurks. Lurks, this is your first time in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in. And yeah, like I said, thank you to my one viewer in the chat. Thank you, or my one viewer. Thank you so much for joining in tonight to watch the stream. It always means a lot when I have viewers. I'm always really excited to have people watching my streams. That is always something that is always fun because I definitely work hard to try to get viewers. So it is always great to have people watching. So I think that looks pretty good. That adds a little bit more shape to the top layer. I usually do add another layer. I just kind of manually add another layer usually just because that kind of helps the top to be a little bit more round. And then what we'll do on the bottom, I'm gonna get rid of that, I think. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, actually that looks a little bit better. And then yeah, what I'll do on the bottom to, actually I'll just do that. I don't want to add too many leaves. And then on the bottom layer, yeah, actually I do feel like I trimmed a little bit too much on this side. So I'm gonna just take note of that and fix that. Yep, and then so what we'll do down here is we're just gonna add another layer, kind of coming off the, kind of coming off of there. I'm gonna add a few more leaves up here. That looks somewhat better. And then, yeah, so then we're just going to add a few more leaves. Actually, I'll add a leaf right about there. That looks a little bit better just because that creates a little bit more of a round look to it. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. For sure. Yeah, well, I think I do need to add a little bit more here just because this definitely did not come out the way I hoped it would. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm looking for. So then we'll just go ahead and finish off the tree. So now what we'll do, so basically then before you kind of select everything and turn it into a tree, um, basically what you'll do is you'll do / cell cuboid. So you'll basically bring yourself back to just the normal world edit settings, and you'll then select the entire tree. You'll basically select from there all the way to the bottom of the tree. In this case, I'm just going to select to the bottom of this hill, just because that'll be a little bit of an easier way to do it. So we'll select from here. Here to here, and then so we got our first and second positions. And then now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and replace cherry leaves. So we'll kind of start by going ahead and replacing the cherry leaves. And so we'll replace cherry leaves with oak leaves, azalea leaves, and birch leaves. And so we'll replace the leaves, and now this is kind of what it'll look like. So it'll, yeah. Actually, I do feel like I could maybe add a second or like another layer of the leaves on top, because I definitely, well, yeah, I do feel like actually, yeah, we could even get some more leaves in here even. Because like the I definitely did not make this tree like really tall enough. Yeah, I think it definitely could have been taller. So I'm gonna just add one more layer of leaves on top. And I will go ahead and replace the cherry leaves that are already within that initial selection. Um, and then after that, so after you've replaced the leaves, then you'll go ahead and replace the wood. So you'll do replace redwood with oak wood, stripped spruce wood, and then mangrove wood. And then so that will basically replace the wood in the tree. And in this case, I will be replacing the cherry leaves on top with some more of the tree leaves. So yeah, that'll just, yeah, that adds a little bit more height onto the tree, so that way the tree doesn't look so skinny. Because like you do want a little bit of a kind of a round shape to it, so that way it kind of looks a little bit more natural. So yeah, I think kind of looking at it from the kind of the ground perspective, which is kind of what most guests will see, I think it looks pretty good. I think it kind of looks how I want it to look. Yeah, and then I think by this point people won't really be looking at the tree anymore, so we'll just be looking at the path ahead. All right, so then yeah, and oh, and yeah, I did find out last night actually. So the basically the car actually goes the wrong direction when it's anyone else but me. Because like even though I did set it up so that it would switch. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So even though I did set it up to switch for him, yeah, for some reason it just didn't want to switch for him for some reason. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, I mean it might be the way I set up the sign. I don't know, but yeah, maybe there can only be one switcher sign. Um, yeah. So yeah, I guess yeah. Now that I've demonstrated that tree, I don't know if I necessarily have to do every tree like that, but okay, I can probably do some of the trees off stream. So I'll just go ahead and have this stream be all about outlining trees, I guess. Um, oh, Tarsay, welcome back to the chat. Thank you so much for checking in tonight. And yeah, big shout out again to my most recent followers. I just got 5 followers within the past couple of days. I just wanted to give them another shout out. So Pieface, Box EU, um, Pharmaceuticals 9000, Ethan Rising 723, and also Ethan Trains 1. Thank you so much for the follow to each of you. Thank you so much for following me on Twitch. It definitely means a lot. Oh, oops, I forgot to grab the stair. There we go. Um, oh yeah, so yeah, like I mentioned, I guess for those that are just tuning in for the first time tonight, this is basically how I plan out terrain, and then this is how I plan out how I do my trees. And actually, I guess I really should kind of, where did that go, birch? There we go. I really should plan out the leaves as well. I should put those on the, I should put those on the platform. I guess since I use glass, I should put that on there too. Because that's just that'll be an easy way for me to be able to just select stuff, so that way. Oh, ZVGN, welcome to the chat. Yeah, so I guess I'm not sure if we're gonna get through everything tonight that I had kind of initially planned for, but it's okay. I'll probably try to get some of this stuff done off stream like tomorrow. Probably at some point tomorrow I'll keep working on all of this and I'll hopefully get this done. All right. So I think oh, excuse me, since I'm going to be going to bed pretty soon, I'm going to go ahead and end off the stream there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the stream, be sure to follow me on Twitch. And also be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube and like my videos to get more of this same content. And yeah, thank you guys so much for jumping into the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great night.